welcome to our grading talks, where we are having a series of different type of conversations, different topics. And currently we're talking about relationships.
Yes.
So we're working with an article that did an interview, they did the little research with couples that lasted a very long time. And they asked, what are those special practices, those habits that really help you to last this long? In other words, if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, what would you say in order to have a healthy habit that is going to help you to have that healthy relationship?
Yes.
So there are 17 habits that they have in this article. And today we're going to be covering from number 11 to number 13.
Yes.
So let's get going.
You're doing number 11.
Number 11. Okay, so they keep dating and treat date night as a sacred ritual. This is definitely something that makes a lot of sense to us. Unfortunately, we don't practice it as much. Like, we're not really that intentional.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we spend a lot of time together. Like, we really truly enjoy our company, being together. We're like playful, all that stuff. And, all the time, we like to work together. We like to do things like that's not a problem, spending time together. But it is a different type of activities. Yeah, well, no, and is it well, yeah, that too. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that the energy or the presence that you have when you are, let's say, cleaning the bathroom is different to the energy and the presence that you have when you are doing your breakfast, and is different to the energy and the presence that you're gonna have, when you're going into a date. You see? So we might be seeing with our partner the entire day, obviously, or well, like every day, like whatever, as often as time allows, job and everything.
Absolutely.
But then after that, like is creating that time, to, I think, is kind of like to really throw more wood into the fire to reignite the flame of passion and love and attraction, when is that time designed really just to cultivate that. So again, this is something that we do see the value, that actually many times we have talked about, is that, you know what, let's do something. It doesn't have to be like going to a restaurant all the time. It can be like walking, going somewhere. It can be so many different type of activities, really, that we can do. But that's something that we actually haven't been that great at it. So
this is again one of those things that we want to put a check mark on, but we can't put a check mark on.
Yeah, not yet.
Exactly. And again, it's a schedule conflict, or just the time of, because we have so many things that we have to get done, and there's just not enough time to get done, because, and also, hey, there's that commitment that we have every morning. So sometimes by the time we have our chance to have date night, it's already too late. So a lot of the times we try to have our date night on Saturday night. And that's mainly because...
But that is what, like in the couch with Netflix? Again, you see,
it doesn't have to be so. This is why we did the Sundays off of our workouts, so that we can have a Saturday date night. And
we could do whatever. Yeah.
And then full disclosure, we haven't had that date night just yet. We have had a few Netflix nights with some pizza, But a date night is when we actually get to
dress up. It's like with that intention, I'm gonna go out, like just think of at the beginning of your relationship, right?
Exactly.
When you wanted to go and dress up and look your best, and you took time and kind of like preparing yourself, right? It's like when you have a special event at home, you are extra cleaning and extra pumping, your house and making it extra prettier because it is a special event. So again, it's a different type of energy going into it. So that's something that we definitely want to incorporate, and that is being there in the back of our minds. But
and we went to the movies the other day. We enjoyed a nice walk around. We did have a little date night, but we haven't made it ritualistic.
Yeah.
Okay. We have our date nights, and it's usually on a Saturday, but it's not every Saturday. And this is what they are saying.
That
Keep
is
it
something key.
sacredly ritual.
Yeah, it's
Sacredly
a sacred
ritual
ritual. Yeah.
means
No matter
nothing.
what.
Nothing that there could be this happening. No, I'm sorry. This night is for me and my partner. This night is for our movie night. This night is our dinner night. And again, this builds on to what my baby was saying. It's got to be like rekindling the fire,
Yeah.
throwing the wood onto the fire, building that fire back up. Because if you don't have that quality time together, that alone quality time together where you get to reignite and
like it's like interacting, because I was thinking, something that I really love to do, that we love to do, but I think I love even more is doing puzzles, right? But so then somebody first gets affected with the ADHD, triple D, 4D. It's like too many pieces in here.
ADHD,
but,
definitely.
but at the end of the day, he really enjoys this as well. But so then I was just thinking the times that we have done some puzzles, and different type of conversations and a different interaction is happening because of the different type of activity that you're doing, that we are doing. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, like is something that you're doing is something kind of like different from the norm, is something that is like separate, different, something that you're looking forward to, is something that you're not going to be doing all the time. So downtime, spending together, like watching something on Netflix at the end of the day or whatever, I love that too a lot. But it's a different type of thing, it's also kind of like raising your standards, in a way, because it's like, okay, we're gonna do this together, so now is that attention and that focus. Anyways, looking forward to our dating.
Again, you gotta rekindle, because you don't want that fire to die out, because once that fire dies out, it's not gonna be, and this is why we gotta keep it sacredly ritual.
And is that garden is keep watering it so it can flower,
That's our goal. And again, a relationship, we've said it before, it's like a garden. Okay, the flowers are and the fruits are what happens when the garden is taken care of properly. Right? The water is the love and the energy that you sprinkle onto the garden. The soil is the foundation of where the relationship is being built. Based on trust, respect, and love.
Boundaries, everything.
So all gardens have boundaries. So
think about that too.
Tend to your gardens, and when you see a weed, which is a negative thought, anger unresolved, other people coming into the relationship and telling you how to run your relationship, listening to other people tell you what to do. That's another way of another thing of
not taking
another
care of
weed.
Yes,
like another weed. So
it's just that we're covering points that we talked about it before. So it's not that, oh, you guys, what the heck are you talking about? You lost track. No, it's just that it's the same conversation that we have been going since, habit number 1. Exactly. So that's why, exactly. If you go and watch them, you're like, oh, okay, no, I understand now what they're saying. That. So it's number 12. Number
12. Our habit number 12 is when they argue. Their goal, the goal of this the goal in an argument is not to come. Sorry.
Want to do the explanation while reading the point.
It's my ADHD. So here we go. When they argue, their goal is to come to consensus, not to a win. Okay? Absolutely. We are not arguing to prove you right. You are not arguing to prove that you are the right and they are wrong. You are not doing that. That is not how an argument works. An argument is a disagreement, a disconnection of how you of an agreeable time or agreeable behavior, agreeable point of view. That is what an argument is. If you're not in alignment with that person's happiness, an argument may ensue. But again, an argument doesn't have to be this yelling match. It doesn't have to be things throwing at each other. We don't have to hit each other. An argument could be just a disagreement, a disconnection. That's all an argument is. And the longer you keep that anger and animosity in there, the further it goes. So we want to bring that argument to a close, and you want to come to a consensus. You want to make sure that each point is heard, listened to. Each person is listened to very carefully and attentively, and with intention. And when each point is heard, then a consensus of an agreement comes into play. So, okay, I upset you. I apologize. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's continue on.
Let's talk about whatever
yeah,
it needs to take place,
and
right?
let's resolve this so that we can move on and continue with our day. Like if we're, when we're rushed, we tend to have short patience, right? And that short patience is like the short wick in the dynamite.
Yeah.
And the more little things that hit that wick, the more it sparks up, and then eventually that anger starts to grow. And then as it grows, it gets closer and closer to the diamond, to the dynamite, where it'll explode, right? We don't want that to happen. So we stop each other and come to a consensus before that happens. We said we agree that, okay, I upset you. We can talk. We're in a very big hurry. We're in a rush. I apologize. I really am. I'm sorry. And then we can let's continue. And I promise we'll talk about this later on, whenever it's the next time we can talk and stop. But if we're in a hurry, this is how you come to a consensus. You apologize. You empathetically connect and hug, kiss, and that's it. And then you move on and then talk about it later. But it must be resolved. The consensus is that the argument will be resolved, and not to a win. No one's wrong, no one's right. Again, it's just a disconnect or a misalignment.
I mean, the only one that is really going to win there is the relationship.
Yeah.
We said in a previous episode, it is not, the main focus is not to allow any circumstance from the outside to be bigger than our commitment for each other, for the relationship. So the relationship is always that glass is like something really careful, that we do not want to let it drop. Like that's the game of, if we were gonna put it like in a visual, it's like that. It's like something that is glass that if it falls, it can break, right? So we have to make sure that that special thing, that glass, our relationship, is taken care of, and it's not going to come and it's not going to be dropped on the floor, because then it's going to go into pieces, and then we'll have to go and try to pick up all those pieces and put it together. So we understood also from an energetic perspective, energetic management and emotional management, again, not to let it go out of proportion. So we try to really stop it from the very beginning. Really, for real. There is I feel annoyed or something. Baby, I'm really annoyed at the moment. If we have the space to say what, I'll say what. If I cannot communicate, say, I cannot go into detail because, it requires talking, but I'm really annoyed right now. I just want you to know that, and just, watch how you talk to me like right now, because I'm communicating. I'm letting him know my patience is short, right? I'm not in the lovey-dovey mode at the moment, right? So then it's my job to communicate. Right now, this is how I'm feeling, right? So please just be aware of that in what you say and how you are acting, like around me right now, right? So the win, if there is anything that is going to win, is the relationship. That's really, we have come, as we mentioned before, there are like some like rules or a blueprint or things, that we have agreed upon, and that is definitely one. That's why people sometimes ask us, do you guys ever fight? Because as soon as we catch it, we have made a promise to each other. It's like a fire, when you're in an argument, that's like a fire. If you don't take care of it, it just goes and burns out, your hour, your day, your experience, whatever you're doing. So we have made a consensus, we have made a commitment that as soon as we see that something, that is an argument, that is something that is cooking, that is not pleasant at all, right? That is going to turn out badly, or like going in that direction, before getting out of proportion, before growing, before being too angry at each other, right away in the spot, we address it. Like I cannot emphasize, how huge this is, because it has allowed us to not have to go through all this huge animosity and pointing fingers and be angry at each other. All that gets eliminated out of the way just simply because we are in this point. It says when they argue, their goal is to come to a consensus, not to a win. So in order to go to a win is just really explaining what's happening, be honest, be open, be clear, not be pointing fingers, right? And it is always with that intention that we're going to resolve the situation, that the relationship is more important than the situation. It's something really huge.
I think it should be worded, when they argue, their goal is to come to a consensus to win in the relationship.
Yeah.
Not to win against each other.
Yeah.
But to win in the relationship.
It just shifts completely the way that you look at things. I don't think that we have explained like deeply, like as much, because when the two of us are talking and we're trying, if we continue with this of wanting to win, if I'm trying to win my argument, or if I'm trying to win my point of view, or if I wanted to win my position, say, I'm right, you're wrong, right? It is coming from a place from me, like my intentions, what I want to point out, what I want to tell you, what I want to let you know is just, coming from me. But if our objective is that the relationship is safe, that the relationship is the most important thing, that the relationship is not negotiable, that the relationship is the most important thing than anything. So when we're in that discussion, in that argument, in that animosity, it's not about me. It is our job instantly changes, and it's like, how do we take care of our relationship? How do we not let our relationship to get spoiled, broken, damaged, because we couldn't control the emotion, right? So it's different when we are thinking about the relationship. We're not thinking about us anymore, how you made me this, or how you say this. Obviously that has to be addressed, but now it's not from a perspective or from a place of me. It's like, no, this is happening with us. How can we address it and shift it and move forward?
And this goes back to the previous points. We wake up hugging and kissing, and we go to bed hugging and kissing.
And that's possible because things like this, yes, we don't let anything really to get out of our hands.
Exactly. So that's a check. Okay.
Check!
We're now checking things off, okay?
Yeah.
Because and if we've checked all the other ones, we've said that we've gone through all the other ones that we've checked it. Yeah. So the 11 is the only one that we have a half check mark.
A half check, yeah, half check. Okay, Leslie.
Leslie is number 13. Well, I was gonna say that's what I was gonna say, but that's okay. So 13, they are intimate about everything. Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah, we're like an open book. Actually, when we met for the first time, we were just friends. That was the intention that we had. He was dealing with his own things, and I was coming from my own place. I was in a self-discovery, so before wanting to get into discovering somebody in a relationship, I was in my own self-discovery. So we had no intention, really to be in a relationship. It just happened because it was meant to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's it was more of a friendship relationship that we had, a total friendship. I wasn't trying to seek any kind of loving or girlfriend relationship. I would talk to her. We weren't trying
to impress.
Yeah, we weren't trying to make it be nice, and it was that allowed us to be ourselves completely. I farted around her. It allowed us to be completely transparent. It allowed us to be ourselves. So you know what happened? There was no secrets. There were no surprises in the relationship when we realized that everything that we are is this person. So we had an open book. We realized that this is the person I'm getting involved with. This is the person that I love. This is the person that I want to be with, because I know this person. If he's comfortable enough to fart around me,
Oh my God.
then there's no secret that this guy has.
I don't know. There's like a double-edged thing there. It's like, oh no.
Honestly, it's I get it, and this goes back to the we're affectionate in and out of the bedroom. The before in our previous points, that was one of the points in being affectionate in and out of the bedroom. Why? Because we're constantly intimate. We're constantly doing nice things for each other. We're constantly complimenting each other, always bringing each other up, because our dream, our vision is to always keep each other, always make ourselves grow, each other grow.
Yeah, hence why the name of our channel, Total Upgrading is like, you have your phone, and I don't know what iPhone came out with at the very beginning, but now we're in 15 or 20 or 23, I don't know. But the point is that it is at the basis is a phone, but guess what? Every year with new technology, with new stuff. So like for us, like with new education and with our own experiences, right? With a new height, new perspective, right? We can do new things and more meaningful things and deeper things. So by doing what? Little upgrades. Our computer, you have an upgrade, right? So it's doing all those little upgrades that really allow us to have that a total lifestyle, upgrade.
And when we say upgrades, we mean that by self-development. What you're doing to improve with yourself, your anger issues, your mommy issues, your daddy issues. What are you doing to resolve those? Who are you talking to? Yeah, exactly.
Take responsibility for your for your life. Take responsibility for your health, for your mental health, emotional health, your physical health, for everything, right? Is like, how can we do things better for our own, experience in this planet, in this life. So, we're gonna live, we're gonna go through it. Might as well let's try to make a good one, an enjoyable one, right? Exactly. So intimate, like we're really open about what, like we're very open in sharing what we feel, what we think, our aspirations, our dreams, or like for example our day at work or whatever that happened, where we have come to that point of being intimate, open, where there are no like reservations, where there is no instance, it is something that is intimate, comes close, right? So we're like there close to each other, know each other, because that's what we have done, with our relationship, getting to know each other. I remember that at the beginning when we just started, we're just literally doing that, getting to know each other. So you become so much more intimate, getting to know the roots of the person. That's huge. I think that because then you understand more the person, your loved one, and you understand, now it makes more sense, why they act the way they do, right? Why they behave, think, say, like everything, the habits. So I really think that opening up and sharing all that as much as possible, from our roots, our deceptions, our disappointments, our achievements, everything, that really can be improve a lot the intimacy in the relationship. It makes it like even so much more like magnetic type of thing.
I would say that was one of our greatest moments, is the fact that we got to be friends first before we became relationships. And again, people, there are people who will try to be friends first, but they're being friends with
an agenda.
Exactly, with the intention of eventually getting together. No, we had no intention of getting together.
None.
It's surprising to us at sometimes that how the heck did this happen?
We met each other, and 3 months later we were here living together in this place.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be almost 7 years soon. So that tells you how intimate, how deep the connection, the mental connection, the emotional connection, right? The It's so powerful. It's so powerful when you can be like in that same energy, right? Like in that same vibration, like in alignment, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, for sure, I think that this is something that we can all improve. And I'm gonna keep thinking about which ways can you be intimate, because they're intimate about everything.
Yeah.
Where even your phone with our phones, we're like so open, you know, because we work together and we talk with the same people, you know. Sometimes, you know, like, I mean, everything is like an open book, right? That might be something for discussion for some people. Some people might be saying like, no, that's too much. I don't know. But anyways, it has worked for us. Like, no problem, nothing to hide, nothing to anything, you know. The only thing is that I get annoyed because I can't make a surprise party, because, you know, he will find out like so quickly, a notification coming in the phone. But that's a whole different story.
Yeah. That's another topic, another upgrading talk. But that's it. And when with our friendship, we allowed ourselves to be open. We allowed ourselves to be real, and it allowed us to become more intimate with each other in the end, because we knew the person that we were getting involved with now, and during the intimate getting to know each other was getting to know the person who we were before. So
Exactly.
that's where real intimacy gets in. It comes into a play. You really could dive in deep to that person. And because we were friendships, our friendship was there. We were able to share with each other, you know, deep, intimate moments in our lives that
Again, being
of our
so
past.
raw,
Yeah.
so raw, so open,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's what I recommend to everyone. If you really want a great relationship, if you're not in a relationship now and you really want a great relationship, honestly, just be friends. Be friends with people. Um, put your best foot forward. You know, allow yourself to treat other people the way you would want to treat them. Don't treat them like girlfriend, boyfriend yet until you're actually girlfriend and boyfriend. But honestly, just treat them as friends and know that everybody is a friend. Everybody is a friend until things change. And this happens.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes.
There is one more episode to go to
Yes.
finish, you know, our 17 habits
Yes.
from couples that
14 to
have
17,
lasted.
yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 14 to 17. So really excited, looking forward to that. And hopefully you're enjoying yourself and that you're having a lot of check marks as well.
Yes.
And we'll see you the next episode.
Yes. And keep your date nights intimate and your arguments short.
Yeah.
Ciao, everyone. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate
Love
you.
you.
Bye.